Now, the first step in building your financial momentum is actually getting serious about your financial situation. The first step in actually becoming financially independent, into getting the loophole, what we are calling a momentum of financial success, you need to be dissatisfied with how you are performing financially. I know this kind of thinking will actually create some biased thinking in you, because most teachers have been telling you that to be okay with what you are and where you are, be okay with yourself. No, I'm trying to tell you now, it doesn't work. Being happy with who you are, being happy with how you are performing financially will not make you into this loop we are saying. You need to be furious. You need to be furious about your financial situation. I need to be furious. I need to be annoyed. If you don't know, the word furious means extremely annoyed by how you are performing financially. Every day I have to wake up when I'm sad. Why? Because why am I making 1 million when others are making 100 in a day? Why am I happy with the situation I'm in, yet I would actually be in a better situation? So basically what I'm trying to ask you is that be furious about your financial situation today. Because building the financial momentum for success, for financial success, it starts by accepting that the speed at which you are accumulating money is not enough to get you financial freedom you need in the period you've stated. For example, if you're making $1 million a month, how long will it take you to make $1 billion? You need to have to stay here around so many years. I'm wondering if you're making 1 million a month. Of course, some of us, we are happy to make $1 million a month as our paycheck. But if you're making 1 million a month, how long will it take you to make $1 billion? Okay, making $1 billion, is it bad? But how many months do you need to stay here on earth to make $1 billion? Now, but what if you learn how to make 10 million? What if you learn how to make 100 million a month? It will take a short time to make $1 billion. So what am I trying to say here? You need to be dissatisfied. I had a disagreement with some of my friends whom I respect in other aspects rather than money. She used to tell me that, Angel, if you don't get what you want, you should be happy with what you have. That's a very good philosophy, but very wrong when it comes to financial breakthrough. Financial breakthrough, as my understanding, begins by being dissatisfied by your financial performance, because you can always perform better. If you're making 100,000 a month, you need to be annoyed of 100,000 because there are those who are making $1 million. And if you're making $1 million, there are those who are making 10. And if you're making 10, there are those who are making 100. And if you're making 100, there are those who are making $1 billion. The issue is you need to be dissatisfied. You need to be furious. You need to be annoyed by your financial performance. If you're still contented by making $1 million a month, then you're not going to be into the momentum of financial success. It cannot. It starts by understanding that that's not what you were created for. Most people, preachers of different gospels, have told you that you should actually be happy the way you are. But I'm telling you, I'm challenging you that being happy with the way you are will create a situation of content. The situation of saying, at least me. Because the rest of others are making less than $1 million, for you are making $1 million in your circles, in your small circles, you think you are above everything. No, there are those who are making 100 million. There are those who are making $1 billion. There are those who are making 10 billion a year. So what I'm trying to say is that be unhappy. Because anger is very important for me and you. Especially when this energy called anger is directed to a better source. And if you direct your anger, energy that comes from anger, into income generating activities, you're going to outperform yourself. When you say enough is enough for making just less than $1 million a month, then you open your brain to think of new ways. But if you're still happy with the way you're performing, you have a meal at night, you have 3 meals a day, your children are at school, and you think that is okay, then this is not a program for you. This is not a program for you. You must be dissatisfied by where you are. You should be unhappy by where you are. And it begins by knowing that there are others who are performing better. Some of you think, you normally say that I'm not in competition. My friend, you're in competition. Which competition you're in? You're in competition of accumulating each and every coin that you are capable of. And don't blame God for your non-performance. Most of us, we are not performing well, and we are blaming God. We think that how God created us. No, God never created us for limited finances. He never created us for sickness. No. It's the decisions we are making every single day that keeps us bankrupt, that keeps us sick, that keeps us in productive relationships, that keeps us taking drugs and so many useless activities. It's not God, it's us. So if I'm going to have financial breakthrough, I should actually be able to understand that where I am, it's not where I'm destined to be. I'm destined to grow. I'm destined to accumulate as much finances as possible. Until when my expenditures, when I'm awake, is less than the money I'm making when I'm sleeping. So if you get more finances when you're asleep than the money you can be able to spend, then you are rich. And I'm not saying that you should cut expenses. No. I mean, you can still have more expenses, but you still find that your income is greater than the expenses you're having. So basically that is it. Get furious, get annoyed. We are not progressive because we are happy with where we are. We think we are the best. The truth is we are not. If you're in Uganda, Uganda is among the poorest nations. So you can be the richest man in Uganda, but the poorest in the whole world. So, and you're not competing with Ugandans alone. We are competing with the universe. We are competing with the world. You get so. Because why we say competition? Most of you don't like competition. The competition we are talking about is that the central bank prints a certain number of currencies, a certain number of papers and coins. You get, and those papers and coins are limited in supply. So you need to find a way of getting as much to yourself as possible, because other people are also trying to find a way of getting these papers and coins as much as possible. So when they are getting, you are losing. And as you are getting, they are losing. That's why I have to be in competition. That's why I have to be in competition. Competition is okay. Because if I'm not in competition, it means I will lose it all to those who are actually hunting for it. So being furious with my performance is central to being financially free. And that one I should repeat. Being unhappy, furious, angry by how less money I'm making is very central at me earning much income. There is no middle ground here. If you're not annoyed with how you're performing, you're not going to outperform yourself. If you're still making less money and you're okay, then there is a problem. It's like when you look at the performance of Uganda as an economy and the whole Ugandan population is okay, then there is a problem. Because we need to outsmart ourselves. We need to perform. We need to beat all the neighboring countries in terms of our economy. We need to beat the continent. We need to beat the world. But we cannot do that unless we are annoyed, unless we are angry for how we are performing. I wake up every day furious by how little I'm making. Even in comparison even to the rest of the world. People are making good money. They are living a good life. They are driving great cars. They are in private jets. They are investing heavily in helping the communities, investing money on how to end malaria, investing money in how to end cancers, investing money in the touring, because they have enough they can survive on, and they have so much that they can even invest to help the whole of the community. And due to me, I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at how I can survive the next day. What am I going to eat tomorrow? How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to pay tuition? Those are the small things that are actually occupying me.